Who's this?
Vanessa, is that my sister?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
What's up, everybody, and welcome to our Evil recap. I'm Larice, this is Justin, and we are discussing Evil episode 10. We are in the second season, and there is a lot going on.
That's an understatement. But yeah, there's a
We
lot
have a
going
lot.
on.
This episode tied back to storylines that happened in the first season, and we saw some characters reemerge, which was a nice surprise, because when they started to happen, I started making these connections, and I was like, ooh!
Yeah, I mean, I had to watch it a couple of times before I noticed those things they put in there. But I was like, oh, look at them. They're actually connecting stuff.
Yes.
So it's not all scattered. And
yes,
so
and I hope they continue
really
to do that. With every episode, with every answer, we have more questions.
In this episode, we didn't get any answers to any of the questions we had.
You know what? We pretty much didn't. The episode starts off with Leland and Cheryl having dinner. It picks up exactly where the last episode ended, which is rare because that doesn't usually happen, right?
Yeah, I was a little skeptical of that. I was like, what are they gonna do here? I thought she was gonna like try to stab him in the neck or something.
Yeah, with the wine opener, right? So yeah. Leland tells Cheryl that they're going to a party of influencers.
Yeah.
So no. I started thinking influencers. I'm thinking like all these annoying TikTok hype houses and stuff like all these YouTubers that are like 18 to 22. So I'm thinking, what is the hell is this influencers thing? Because it's not what we know today in the year 2021 as an influencer. That is not the correct term for it.
I was really weirded out by the whole influencer thing. He was like, "Oh, I have a business proposition for you." I was like, "Oh no."
That was not we end up learning it was not a business proposition. So this influencer party is in the Hamptons. Like you said, you're weirded out by it, but I really didn't know what to expect. That doesn't sound like a business proposition, other than maybe you're going to go rub elbows with some wealthy people.
My first thought is I was like, okay, it's a cult.
But my question is why she trusts Leland at all at this point, because he's already said some really mean things. Like, why the change of heart, Cheryl?
I don't think it is a change of heart, Larice. I think it's her sense of adventure is tingling or something.
Maybe she wants some type of revenge. Maybe she has some type of ulterior motive.
If you wanted to take revenge on him, just murder him with the wine opener.
I don't know. The whole thing is bizarre to me.
She's got something planned.
I didn't even look at this. Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. I think it had to do with maybe the fertility clinic, and that was like little demon fertility egg, because learn later on there is a missing egg. Maybe that was it. The next scene is Kristen, David, and Ben are talking about the fertility clinic, and they ask about Lexi, and Kristen gets very defensive. She gets very defensive and snippy with Ben, of all people. That's not someone that she usually talks to like that.
I expected more from her in the attitude department, where she was like being snippy with all of her answers, not with just the ones relating to her daughter, the ones relating to the clinic and how the doctors treated her and all that stuff. She just seemed like real standoffish, real defensive in this scene.
Well, I'm sure she deep down inside, she's actually horrified at the whole idea of this. So maybe she was just trying to compensate for that, because she is legitimately horrified.
I don't understand why she hasn't gone to them and told them about everything that's happening. You know, the cross burns on her stomach, accidental, the burn on her hand. Why hasn't she gone to them and said, look, this is what's happening to me. Please help me. I think I might be possessed.
Being possessed is a really good reason why she's acting out of character. Maybe all of this is like manifesting inside of her attitude.
But I gotta say, I do love the way she's acted this season. And I have to say that Katya is just an amazing actress.
As horrible as Kristen has acted at times this season, she's still very likable. Even when she's not being nice. So I like the different layers, though. They're giving a little bit more meat to the character. So they decide they're going to go talk to Matilda's mom, right? Why did they do that in the first place?
Matilda's mother was locked up, though, at that point.
Was she? Okay, so she's out now? Okay. Yes. So in the next scene, Ben goes to see Vanessa, and she's having problems with her ghost twin sister. This twin sister that has been grafted to her body has now become kind of hostile. So Vanessa actually says, I love you. Ben says, I think I love you. But, you know, at least he didn't say, oh, cool. They advance very fast. They went from, okay, I'm just helping you on this case, to in a serious relationship. Then we have Kristen and David. They actually go and visit the real mom of Matilda. Tammy says Matilda had her teeth come in when she was younger and they came in sharp, but she was much younger when this happened. And as we know, we have those little fangs growing on Lexi. So she burned down her foster parents' home after all that.
Yes, we didn't see it though. So they just threw it in there like a monkey wrench.
Well, we saw her setting the dumpster on fire, right? Or the trash can. That was the last we saw of her.
Yeah, the 2 trash cans.
And we
fire,
thought we cured her. Yeah, we thought we cured her of her pyromania.
Was that them trying to tell us that she murdered her foster parents?
It's possible she just burned down the home. They didn't flat out say anyone was murdered, right? So then where's Matilda? That's my question. Where is she right now?
We probably won't find out.
If she really did burn down her foster home, it's possible she's in an institution.
I want to break her out.
She's going to burn more stuff. And also we learned about the fertility clinic that she was no longer paying for her eggs to be stored there.
After you stop paying for the storage of your eggs, they will destroy the egg.
So Tammy calls them protruding canine teeth. Kristen makes a face like, oh crap. And then we immediately cut to Lexi looking at her protruding teeth of sorts.
She's trying to figure out how to whiten them, but
because she's watching YouTube videos of girls that use a filter with their cameras and they use post-edit effects to make their teeth look very, very nice, or they're using white strip to make them look super bright white. She's watching the Pudgy's Christmas Girl.
Melendez challenge, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know why she's having body image issues right now because there's nothing wrong with her.
What she's doing is she's watching YouTube videos and comparing herself. So, hey man, my teeth could be whiter.
I don't know how this woman is still able to make videos.
We have influencers that have been canceled and they come right back. Even influencers that were kind of responsible almost for people dying and filming dead bodies and getting away with it and coming back like 2 months later like nothing is wrong. Either way, Kristen tells her she looks beautiful, and then Kristen calls the fertility clinic. She hasn't paid anything, and there's another name on the account. The lady can't disclose who that other person is. What the
How in the hell did this woman even have the opportunity to put her name on Kristen's account?
I don't know. Like everyone that works there is under some type of weird control. There's like a puppet master of sorts. Ben and Vanessa go back to this shop. This is the woman from Z is for Zombie. Remember, this woman gave those potions to the kids, and we still don't know what was in that potion.
I wonder if they'll ever find out what she did, what she gave the girls, or if they're just going to leave that open.
This is the second time that when they go in, she immediately says the thing about unlocking a phone, right? I'm so confused because why would you go to a shop like this to unlock your damn phone?
There was a sign behind the children saying that she did unlock phones.
So they have a seance to try to contact Maggie, Vanessa's sister. And there's some wind and some things move around. The table gets flipped. Whatever this thing is, it's angry. I guess Maggie's pissed off. The woman commands her to leave and then charges them $300. It seemed to me very performance-y, like it was a big grift.
Not only that, I hated Vanessa's acting in this scene. It was so hammed up. I'm like, what are you doing? She did that whole fake scream.
I think, here's my theory. I think Maggie had taken over by then. Maggie was pretending to be Vanessa and screaming the way she did. I think Vanessa was gone by then. Maggie is taken over Vanessa's body. They switched places. It's like a Freaky Friday, but with someone that's dead.
Or did this woman accidentally create 2 separate entities?
She may have. Why would the Maggie listen to this woman with a shop that is like unlocking iPhones and selling candles? Come on. Let me listen to you. No, I've made up my mind. I'm staying.
I have another theory. Vanessa is stuck in the spirit realm.
The sister is no longer attached, but guess what? You're gone, and now you're in some type of weird existence. So Kristen goes back to the clinic, and the woman tells her that this information is confidential. The information about her own eggs is confidential, and they can't disclose it to her. Her eggs are being stored, but they won't disclose who's actually paying to store the eggs. And then the lady says the management there is so bad. And then she quietly gives Kristen the information. And we learn this lady is Dr. Kara. And then she says the world is setting up to end, which is not normal to say.
Why did you have them do 12 eggs when you only wanted one child?
Maybe in case she wanted more in the future. Yeah, so what the fuck? Ben calls Kristen on his way to see Vanessa. Vanessa pulls him in and wants to have sexy time, but she seems very out of character. And this is when we thought maybe Maggie had taken over. She has the wrong arm, right? Something is up.
I don't think she knew Ben would notice.
Well, the good news is she's not being assaulted by Abby this time.
Where did Abby go? We haven't seen Abby in a while.
Maybe because Vanessa came in and could be having an affair with a side demon. The next scene, they're meeting Eric's mom. She was at RSM, and she mentions her legal troubles are better. So there must have been some type of legal fallout when Eric disappeared. Your child disappears and you're suspected in murdering them, because that's what she applied at the end of that one episode. In reality, if this happened and she had even disclosed a hint to that to Kristen and David and Ben, they would have had to notify the police. But they knew. That one is still the most disturbing episode to date, in my opinion. Eric's mom actually liked Dr. Kara, and she left the clinic. And that's the woman that is paying for Kristen's baby.
Eggs,
yeah,
yes.
Paying for demon baby eggs, Kristen's baby egg. So the next scene is the girls and grandma shopping, and she has the red dress. Grandma ends up shoplifting. And I can't remember if I couldn't tell if Lexi ended up taking the medium or the large.
I think she ends up taking the large, yeah.
Yeah, and then we discover she has an app on her phone. That's no surprise. There's a bazillion apps. I mean, Instagram has enough filters to make you look better. I don't know why Kristen would be surprised about that. Cheryl looks fresh. Yes, she does. She does. She looks really good in that dress. Damn, girl can rock that.
I gotta say that didn't really help. I think that made her feel worse because she saw her hot grandma.
And then you see these models that are very unrealistic. I mean, you can't have even a French fry and look like that.
I wanted Cheryl to get caught in this moment.
The next scene is Lexi looking in the mirror, and what the hell is that?
I think it's a symbol of her perceived body imperfection.
Okay, because we don't see it outside of the mirror, right? We only see it when she looks in the mirror.
But nobody else sees it.
So maybe it's an imaginary tail.
Or maybe she's a mutant.
I mean, she's growing fangs. It could be, as you said, symbolic. She smacks it away. She doesn't want it. Turns out you don't want a tail. So the next thing, we are taken to the Hamptons with the influencers. And everyone's dressed in white, but Cheryl has the red dress. So obviously she's going to stand out a little bit. And we meet this guy, Edward. He helps companies focus on things that matter. And we learn that one of his eyes is dark and he wants her number and he whispers something in her ear.
That's a cult.
Why would everyone be dressed in white? That's just weird. Who does that?
Well, a couple of people in my neighborhood do what they call a white party.
That doesn't sound right at all. A white party? I would never want to go to one of those.
It's where they dress in all white, just like these motherfuckers.
That's weird. We're in New York. Everyone wears black up here. Nobody wears white anywhere, even during the summer. Nobody wears white around this place.
Cheryl is the hottest person there.
She is. Cheryl matches Leland's tie.
Oh, yeah. I didn't notice that until now. And his pocket handkerchief thing that he's got going on.
All right. So cut to the next scene. We have Kristen, who goes to see Kara, and she confronts her about paying for her eggs. Well, she says that she's abandoned the eggs, right? Kristen has abandoned the eggs. So why is she paying for Kristen's eggs to be stored? Kristen threatens to charge her with malpractice. So the woman starts to make up all kinds of lies. And she knows all about Kristen, we find out. Kristen comes out and Ben and David follow her, well, Kara, and she went to Leland's apartment. Whatever transpired there prompted her to go running to Leland.
Whatever happened in Leland's apartment caused him to tranquilize her.
I think she may have gotten the same thing that Cheryl had. Oh God, here we are again, Melinda. Of course, she's doing videos about thigh gaps. She only does like body improvement videos or what? That's annoying.
In the first season, she did the makeup videos. I guess she figured she could get in less trouble if she did body videos.
She talks about thigh swishing, and she recommends that girls wrap their thighs in plastic wrap.
When I was researching for this video, she's not the only one who recommends the plastic wrap.
Really?
Yeah, there's several on YouTube that do that. Is it just me, or did they film the girl scenes in a weird way?
For some reason, to me, the room looks completely different from this angle. It looks much bigger. It almost looks like she's in her own room here. The next scene is Ben and Vanessa in bed. Ben is saying Vanessa and Maggie. I think he starts to suspect that Maggie has taken over, which is kind of a big deal for Ben because we know he doesn't really believe in this stuff. So
maybe this isn't even Maggie at all. Maybe it's a demon.
Maybe it's it's very possible it could be a demon masquerading as Maggie. Maybe Abby worked her way in.
Oh, that would explain why we haven't seen her. Oh, Larice, that is a wonderful idea.
That is a theory, yeah, thank you, because you saying that it could have been a demon, because often demons masquerade as ghosts. You think that a ghost is possessing you, but it's actually a demon pretending to be a ghost of someone that you know. So the next scene is Ben, Kristen, and David goes back to Kara's office, and we learn she's taking a vacation. Kristen asks, is it about Leland? We're going to find out. We do find out. Leland's got her. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. But back at the party, Cheryl and Edward end up at the bar. He gives her a drink. Whatever it is, it's good. And they roofie it with something. And the guy informs her they're meeting up with Leland later, but it's a surprise. Do not take a drink from somebody you don't know, especially if you didn't even see the bartender make it. Some type of drug that paralyzes her is in there.
Yeah, I was really scared for her, even right here. I was like, you need to get out of there now.
Like, he says, we're going to go somewhere, and you're going to go alone with a man that you don't really even know.
And you're going to meet up with a dude that you know is a psychopath.
Quick flash to a scene of Ben showing up at Vanessa's house, and Vanessa, or whoever it is, pulls him in really fast. Then the guy is rubbing her feet. It becomes pretty obvious that he drugged her because she says that she's feeling really good.
It didn't catch on to me that they had drugged her at first because she could still move her fingers.
He asks if she tried to stand. She could. She's all giggly. That's when it starts to get scary because she realizes she can't and she's paralyzed. Dude's got a needle.
Oh, God. I wanted to murder them right there. I was like, how dare you touch my Cheryl?
He gives her some type of injection on top of whatever she drank that they gave her. What the heck is going on at this point?
I thought they were doing a blood transfusion at first.
And then he says, 10 more minutes. Cut back to Ben and Vanessa, but then something weird happens. Vanessa calls. So I think Ben thinks that this is all an act, and like Vanessa isn't really possessed. She's just having a psychotic breakdown until that call. She says something about the train. The train
was late. She'll be there in 15 minutes.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on, where she is exactly, or where she thinks she is. Is she in a parallel universe? What happened?
All I know is that they better answer this before the end of the season, or I'm going to be super pissed.
Yeah, they need to get into this in the next episode. There's no skipping over this. We need to know what's going on. No, like, oh, I've got something going on weird at home.
I think Vanessa is stuck in the astral plane.
She's stuck in something. I don't know where. She seems completely oblivious to this reality that Ben is in right now, to what we're perceiving what reality is. She has no clue, and she seems surprised that her sister is there.
How is she able to call him, though?
He wasn't able to call her back. It's very confusing, and they haven't told us. We need answers. I say answers.
Yeah, this episode opened up a lot of questions, and I'm like, what the?
Finally, Ben believes that something might be going on, because she can't call you and be in front of you at the same time and talk to herself on the phone. If it's Abby, it's a whole new twist. That is my theory.
But Vanessa said, is that my sister?
Yeah, but Abby's pretending to be her sister. If it's Abby. It might not be Abby. It might be Maggie.
If you're right about that, you are going to be the ultimate predictor of all things evil.
We'll find out. Ben is out. I guess Maggie or whoever needs to find a new boyfriend now because Ben's done.
My theory is that he didn't. If she is stuck on some kind of plane, not inhabiting a body of any kind, that means he didn't technically cheat on her.
Yeah, it's true.
Because it's still her body.
But he didn't know it. You can't blame him for it. He didn't know. Then they're mixing things. Why they had to wait 10 minutes, they didn't explain.
Maybe to have it take full effect.
They're moving her to the ground. Leland puts on the Nutcracker I just want to crack his nuts. He's got Kara in his closet.
That looked like a cabinet almost.
Maybe like a pantry, some type of walk-in pantry.
So he has that doctor woman on the table right there, but there's somebody else right over there.
What? There's another person. You're right.
I didn't notice that, but there's someone else.
Yeah, right there. He's harvesting people.
And there's also one below it, too.
It looks like there's another body under there. You're right. What are they doing? She appears to be paralyzed too, right?
Oh, yeah. She's aware of everything, but she just can't move. Yeah. She doesn't look that scared, which is stupid.
Yeah, he tells her it's okay. He gets some jars. In the teaser that we saw, remember when he was in a bathtub and Cheryl was bringing him jars of blood? I think they're getting blood from these people that he has in his pantry.
Murdering them?
I don't know if they're murdering them, but they're taking their blood and they're going to put him in a bathtub and put it in a jar and pour it on him. What is this liquid in this jar that he brings in? Because it doesn't look like blood.
It looks like formaldehyde almost.
So he's got a jar by each of them. It looks like they each have their own jar of this substance that's going into their bodies. I don't know why they would need to do it at the same time. Why specifically Cheryl is out there and he's holding her hand.
Yeah. But she didn't consent to doing this.
No.
I mean, they had to drug her. So like, why is he holding her hand?
I have no answers to this. Kristen has a court order to get her 12 eggs back. But the problem is there's only 11. I have a feeling Leland has something to do with this. Leland has that egg. There is a child out there.
Earlier in the episode, when she was talking to the pretty young receptionist, there were 12 eggs in the bank. So
the woman took one when she left?
Yes. She wouldn't have had enough time to leave her office because right there she went straight to Leland.
I just want to know how the egg ties into all of this then. The next scene is David going to Leland's place and he finds Edward and Cheryl coming out, right? They are completely happy as if nothing bad happened. I don't think Cheryl is aware. I don't think she remembers. Either she isn't aware and she doesn't remember, or she does and she likes the feeling of whatever happened after, that she's okay with it.
You could be right on both counts, I think. I think it would be more disturbing for her to be okay with the end result, even though that the first part included her assault. Like, that's hard for me to get past.
David is like, what the hell is going on? Edward and Cheryl tell David that Leland's not there and that Dr. Kara has come and gone last night. He's in there cutting up Kara. And these people are going to go play tennis. Whatever was in that substance made them really happy.
They'd better answer that.
They can't just throw something like that on us and not answer us.
We only have 3 episodes left. If you don't tell us something in this goddamn season, I'm going to be pissed.
We need to know next week.
We need to know.
We need to know next week what the hell is going on. So this is back at the house. Kristen goes to show Lexi the girl from YouTube, and I guess it's probably a paparazzi photo when she's not behind her ring light and having the camera at a better angle with makeup on. She looks a lot more normal and realistic. Gives her a body positivity video. Good mom. So after her talk with Kristen, Lexi goes and looks at herself in the mirror. Now she's okay with her tail. Her tail is fine.
But it still hits her in the face.
Again, it's in the mirror. I think it's symbolic, but I might be completely wrong. It's interesting that it's only in the mirror and it's not anywhere else. We don't see it when she's walking around. She's not sitting uncomfortably like I've got something coming out my butt. And it'd be really hard. It'd be really hard to hide that, right?
Yeah.
It would be hard to hide that. You can't just go, that's a big tail. That's not like some little tiny, little piggly tail. That's big. Either that or it only comes out in the mirror. Justin has a theory about the entire season. The entire season is not real. This is all in Kristen's head right now.
Everybody should remember that to save Laura's life in the first season, the dad said or prayed to his deity or whatever he was praying to, that he would give his life if they, whomever they were, would save Laura. we never saw what happened with him. So I think he died and Kristen kind of went catatonic maybe, and all this is inside her head. I know it sounds crazy, but it's probably true.
You
And
just
I
want
think-
Andy dead.
I do. I really do.
I don't think he's coming back, by the way, so it's okay. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure he's not coming back for whatever reason. I think we're going to get a phone call that he fell off the mountain. That's what I think is going to happen.
How could they deprive me of such a satisfying moment?
Look, mountain climbing is very, very dangerous. Or he goes missing, because that also happens when you're mountain climbing. Please leave a comment below and let us know what questions you would like to see answered, because I have many, and they are been all documented through every single episode recap throughout the season. And we have many questions that they need to answer. So please do not bring new questions in next week. Let's get some freaking answers. But we do want to tell you guys, after this is done, we're going to do a few other videos. We're going to start branching out, not just doing TV shows. We're going to do some other fun stuff.
Really excited about the upcoming stuff, so tune in for more on that.
Yeah, and I think that's our show. Please hit that subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification so you get it next week when we upload. And we will see you guys then.
Wait a minute.